All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the August 14th, 2023 Mason City Council meeting. We're all very excited this week here in Mason because it's tennis week, and Mason loves tennis. I'm going to tell you, I was out there a little bit this afternoon, and even though there was a rain delay, it's just so much fun, so I hope you all get a chance to go out and enjoy tennis this week. So with that, I'm going to call this meeting to order and ask for roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Nelson.
Here.
Councilmember Chance.
Here.
Councilmember Bradburn.
Present.
Councilmember Hackey.
Here.
Councilmember Grossman.
Here.
Councilmember Stricula.
Here.
Mayor Spaeth.
Here. Okay, I'm going to ask everyone to stand, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. We're to item 4. I need a motion to approve the minutes from the July 10th council meeting.
So moved. Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay.
Mayor, I need to abstain.
Okay, thank you. Item 5, city manager's report. Jennifer.
Yes, Mayor, members of council, let me go through a few things we have this evening. Mason continues our celebration of our 4th best place to live. August has been designated a month for focusing on achieving lifelong wellness, where we'll be featuring a lot of our bike paths, our community center, our aquatic center, everything that keeps our residents safe and healthy. Heritage Festival, I want to remind everybody that the Heritage Festival will take place on Saturday, September 16th on the Mason Downtown Plaza. The annual Heritage Festival Parade begins at 3:00 p.m. It'll start at the corner of Foxfield Drive and Mason Montgomery Road. Residents or those who want to view the parade are encouraged to do so from the Downtown Plaza, where they can enjoy short performances from parade participants. The mayor mentioned the Western Southern Open. That began Saturday, August 12th at the Linder Family Tennis Center. We're happy all the athletes, the volunteers, as well as the fans visit our community again. Mason Municipal Aquatic Center will feature back-to-school hours. It'll be open daily through Sunday, August 20th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Beginning Monday, it'll be open August 21st through Friday, September 1st. The outdoor pool and 50-meter pool will open weekdays from 4:00 p.m. to 8:00 p.m. and weekends 11 a.m. to 7:00 p.m. Labor Day weekend, the Aquatic Center will be open from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. for the entire 3-day weekend. And then from September 9th through October 1st, both pools will open weekends only, Saturday and Sunday from 12:00 p.m. to 5:00 p.m., with the exception of Saturday, September 16th, as the facility will remain closed as we make preparations for the Heritage Festival that's in downtown Mason. City offices will be closed on Monday, September 4th, in observance of Labor Day holiday. Again, the community center will have normal operating hours Friday, September 1st through Sunday, September 3rd. On Monday, September 4th, the community center will be open from 6:00 a.m. with limited services. The Linder Center of Hope will continue their education series on Wednesday, August 16th from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at the Manor House. They'll be featuring a discussion on radical openness, the pathway to enhanced connection and psychological well-being. And next, we have a liquor permit request from the American Legion is requesting a temporary liquor permit from the state of Ohio and also from council to allow for alcohol at Corin Nixon Park for the patriotic concert featuring the Southwest Ohio Philharmonic on Friday, September 29th, 2023. Profits from the sale of the alcohol for this event will be split with the Parks Foundation. If council is wanting to offer liquor at this event, a motion is appropriate at this time.
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, thank you.
Mayor, if you don't mind, we're going to move in and introduce Chief Brummagem. Chief Brummagem. He's with us this evening. We have some firefighters swearing in and I think a pinning ceremony as well. Chief?
Thank you, Jennifer. Mayor Spaeth, Council, thank you for having us here tonight. We're here tonight to celebrate another exciting moment in the history of the fire department in the city. Tonight, we hold the pinning ceremony for one member recently promoted to the position of Deputy Fire Chief. And in addition, we celebrate the formal swearing-in of two of our newest full-time fire and EMS professionals. First, we will conduct the pinning ceremony for Deputy Fire Chief Brian Shaw. Brian, can you come forward with your family, please? Brian graduated from Bellbrook High School and started in Bellbrook as a volunteer firefighter in 2003. Brian worked full-time in Bellbrook and Miami Township in Montgomery County before working in Oakwood as a public safety officer. In 2018, Brian transitioned to Mason as a full-time firefighter paramedic and was promoted to fire lieutenant in January 2022. Over the course of his technical career, Brian has earned and currently maintains certifications as a firefighter, paramedic, fire instructor, fire inspector, and peace officer. Along his formal educational journey, Brian completed a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and a master's degree in Homeland Security Administration from Tiffin University. Brian started his new position as a deputy chief in June and has already proven to do well in his new role with leadership team. Jillian practiced pinning the badge on Brian, so she chose that option tonight instead of pinning on the collar brass. So Jillian's ready for that. I'm going to pass that off to her, and we'll do the pinning for Brian. Awesome. Thank you, Shaws. Next, we will finish our portion here tonight by swearing in two firefighters. These individuals were hired in mid-2022 and represent another significant advancement forward for our department and for the city. As you are aware, we have made a significant commitment to improve the level of full-time staffing in the fire department over the past several years, and we thank you for your support in this initiative. The outstanding character and integrity of our staff is apparent to me each day, and our community is being provided with a higher level of service than ever before because of your commitment and theirs. I'm going to ask the mayor to come forward to deliver the oath of office to the firefighters together. And Adam and Cameron, please come forward as I introduce you. Adam DiLeonardo joined Mason as a part-time firefighter EMT in September 2018. Upon completing paramedic training and earning his certification, Adam started in a full-time capacity in May of last year. Adam's positive attitude is one of the main attributes that helped earn him that position, and we look forward to seeing Adam continue to develop over the course of his career. Family members present with Adam include his parents, Diane, Emilio, Brad, Stephanie, and Adam's son is here as well. Cameron Hunick was hired as part of our full-time firefighter EMT program. Cameron had previous experience working for the Reading Fire Department. Cameron quickly enrolled in paramedic school and recently completed that training and is finishing up his final steps to earn his certification. In his time with us, Cameron has proven to be a valuable member of his crew and has fit in well with our department. His maturity and enthusiasm for being part of the team sets him apart, proving that a positive attitude cannot be learned, but skills can. Cameron's future is bright, and we also look forward to seeing him develop over the course of his career. His parents, Debbie and Robert, are here with him tonight. Mayor, we're ready for the oath when you are.
Hey, I want to say congratulations to all three of our firefighters tonight. We always appreciate everything that you all do for our community. So I'm going to have you raise your right hand, please. And I'm going to do it. I'll just stand to the side here, so if anybody in the family wants to get pictures, just repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America, the Constitution of the State of Ohio, the Charter and ordinances of the City of Mason, Ohio,
Charter and ordinances of the City of Mason, Ohio,
and the rules and regulations
rules and regulations
of the City of Mason Fire Department,
of the City and Mason Fire Department,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of firefighter.
the duties of firefighter.
I apologize, I didn't get all that on the microphone. I always forget to do that, but congratulations. I think now, are we getting council photo? Okay, if all the council would like to come up, please. Congratulations, just really appreciate it. You've been working already for like 9 months? Okay.
If all the firefighters want to go outside, Colleen's here. Would you mind getting pictures with the families and stuff outside?
Thank you all again
Right.
very much for
Thank you.
coming this evening, and again, we appreciate everything you do for our community 24/7. Okay. All right, we're going to move on to item 7, which is the Red Rhythm and Boom Incident Commander Recognition. Jennifer.
Yeah, Mayor, members of council, annually, the city hosts our July 3rd community event. It's the most significant event that we host here in the city of Mason. I know a number of our residents and visitors from other communities actually join us for that event. It takes a lot of work, and it would not be possible without the entire staff here at the city. And for many, many years ago, we were able to staff up for this event using our incident command structure. And it has proven very successful, not only to providing support for that event, but also helping to build the collaboration, the cooperation, just the relationships within our organization. So we have employees that lots of times work outside their normal responsibilities. They may be delivering water or running money or just assisting in a number of different capacities for that event. And again, very, very successful. The incident command structure has proven very successful for us in order to provide that event for our community. And we have a great reputation, lots of comments. Annually, we get tons of comments about how well run it is, how orchestrated the operations of it are, and again, not possible without that. This year's event was possible through our incident commander, Jamie Van Wagner, and I have to say it's probably one of the smoothest run operations. I think she's set the bar even higher than previous incident commanders. From a police perspective, there wasn't one lost child, there wasn't really one incident. Oh, I think they're trying to get in the back door. And again, Jamie, Sergeant Van Wagner, been with our organization for 26 years. And I think this really forced her to step outside maybe her comfort zone, but she did so well with it. Just an amazing job. Again, just raised it to a new level that is going to be hard for others to follow in her footsteps. But with that, want to congratulate her on a very successful event and invite her up to talk a little bit more about maybe the event and what's next.
Chief's a little taller than me. Mayor and members of council, thank you very much for inviting me here to share a little bit about Red Rhythm and Boom. As Jennifer have said, I've been here almost 26 years, and I definitely did step out of my comfort zone, and I was challenged a little bit last year with our Heritage Festival, changing the whole footprint and moving it downtown and having the parade be kind of in a different direction, but it prepared me a lot for this Red Rhythm and Boom Incident Command team. I led 15 staff members that were in leadership roles, along with 15 folks that shadowed those folks, so 30 altogether. We compiled this team to make the event successful. We had between 25 to 30,000 folks that we estimated attended throughout the evening to see our event, and Lit and Gym Blossoms were our entertainment for the evening. But I do appreciate the dedication of our city staff that assisted me. I couldn't have done it without them. I couldn't have done it without Steve Harkey being kind of my right-hand man throughout the whole experience. I mean, it was about a year and a half from start to finish in the beginning prep, and then full-blown we started meeting in December all the way through the event that took place on July 3rd. A couple of things I want to mention. We filled about 230 volunteer hours for non-city staff members that came and helped us sell water and wristbands and just do a whole host of things with us, our Kids Zone area. And in that process of the volunteers and the Kids Zone activities, we take that money from the water sales and from our wristbands for the kids' activities, and we donate that to the Mason Parks Foundation. And this year, they're dedicated to the McKeno Park Common Ground adapted ball fields, and we donated, I'm pleased to say, little over $26,000 went to the Mason Parks Foundation from just the Red Rhythm and Boom event. So that's a huge number, and we're glad to partner with them from year to year. That's really all kind of my highlight. I know that Steve I know you guys say he has big shoes to fill, but I really, I enjoyed what I did. And Steve, if you want to step up here for a minute.
Well, wait a minute, Jamie, let me interrupt first, because I think we have something for you.
Okay.
Okay. So how this works is annually, if they do a good job, they receive the award of not only having to serve as incident commander for the next year, but we also have a gift of appreciation for you. And what will happen next is, as Jamie transitions back into her role as a sergeant, Steve will step up and he will serve as our incident commander for Heritage Festival first, and then for next year's Red Rhythm Boom event. So, but Jamie, we just want to say congratulations to you. Just thank you so much for everything you've done for this event. It truly was one of the most well-attended events we've seen, and just well organized, and again, very well orchestrated from top down, and appreciate all your efforts. And
Thank you. All right, Steve, now you can come up here. So I did enjoy my time as Red Rhythm and Boom Incident Commander. I'm going to enjoy much more watching Steve transition into the Heritage Festival, and then I will still be a part of next year's event, kind of mentoring Steve a little bit, helping him out, but I think he's got this pretty much all set. So with that, I would like to transition and pass the torch to you. This is much heavier than it looks, and good luck to Steve for Heritage Festival and Red Rhythm and Boom 2024.
Thank you.
Would any of council like to make a comment to these two? Yes.
Thanks, Mayor. Yeah, Jamie, just an amazing job. You know, I've been in the city for 21 years, and I've been coming to the Red Rhythm and Boom most of those years, and it's always just fascinates me at how well orchestrated it is, how smoothly everything goes. And if I recall correctly, we only had 2 very minor incidents that were even worth mentioning at the entire festival. So that's obviously a testament to you, everybody that was involved, all the staff, all the police, all the firefighters, everybody in our city. So thank you. That was amazing.
Mayor?
Thank you. Yes.
If I may, I have used incident command on the private side, and it's amazing that when you look at incident command, it's something that it can make it as big as you need it or as small as you need it. It's flexible, it's malleable, and I think the amazing to me and some of the training I've had was that the incident command came out of the fire service, actually the Forest Fire Service, and a lot of departments were resistant to it because it didn't seem to make any sense. But it makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? The way you're able to go ahead and plug in people where you need them. Here's what you got. You know what you got going back and forth. It was an excellent event. The weather cooperated with us. And like we heard, there were no lost kids, no incidents that I was made aware of. And I think we look forward to you got big shoes to fill next, but I'm sure that she will be a backup in case she gets stumped.
Yeah, she's not going anywhere.
That's all I've got, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Yes.
Well, I'm closing in to the end of my 8 years serving on council, and I've marveled at how well you all have done in cross-training across departments and the incident command structure and learning about that. And I think it's just so wonderful that it sounds like you had the greatest success, Officer Jamie, and how you were paired with an engineer from the engineering department. So what diversity in your backgrounds and strengths and abilities, and yet you made such a good team. And so I just want to congratulate you both and thank you for how hard you worked and how hard you'll keep working and how well you serve our community. And what a great way for our Mason City staff to get lots and lots of on-the-job training and experience at Incident Command. It just keeps us all safer for any type of scenario. So again, thank you. I really appreciate you. It's just been such a pleasure to serve with you. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people, you would think that this is a third party that comes in to manage 25 or 30,000 people. And to know that that's done internally in the city of Mason throughout the departments, it is truly amazing because one of the cool things we get to do is stand up on stage and look out at how many people that are there. And it's truly amazing that we're able to corral, keep everything in order internally with our own folks. And kudos, Sergeant Wagner, for what you've done. And Steve, do you get to carry a gun next year?
I don't want a gun.
But no, thank you guys so much. To everyone else's point, it's a truly amazing feat that what we're able to pull off, keep everybody safe. It's just, I think it's a spectacle of the year. We get to celebrate our country, but also get to celebrate our city. And all the hard work pays off, and thank you guys so much.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, I'm just going to sum it up and say congratulations, job well done, appreciate it. I mean, it is amazing what you all do at our events, and I'm just going to say good luck, Steve. Okay, thank you again. Okay, let's go on to item 8, Family Promise of Warren County. We have a presentation by Terry Jaspers. If you would like to please come to our podium, please. Okay, who's? Okay. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Please introduce yourself then. I have the wrong person. Okay.
No problem. And actually, my volunteers are Family Promise. So Terry was one who got us involved here, and I want to thank you very much for the opportunity to speak with you today. My name is Linda Raybolt. I am the Executive Director of Family Promise of Warren County, formerly known as the Interfaith Hospitality Network. And we have been in existence here in Warren County for 25 years. In fact, we were very involved upon our beginnings with Heritage Presbyterian Church, who has also been with us for 25 years, as has St. Susanna. We are also involved with the community church and Hope Church here in Mason. But what I'm here to talk to you about is homelessness in Warren County. In a community like what we have, you wouldn't believe that there are homeless folks, but the homeless are here. In fact, the average age of a homeless person is just 6 years old. And families are the largest portion of the homeless. And what Family Promise of Warren County does is address that situation. We worked with Mason City Schools many times last year. There are folks that find themselves in a position of being without a home. They don't choose that. It's not something they wake up in the morning and say, hey, geez, today I want to be homeless. It's a series of things that happen that cause them to be without a home. Family Promise of Warren County addresses that. We give folks an opportunity. We're a program of accountability, and we have high expectations for our families. They right now are staying in a hotel in Lebanon because of our previous COVID situation, and our families are just now getting back into working with our churches, who have provided meals for the last 3 years in the church, from the churches, but in the hotel situation. But what I'm here to tell you about today is a very exciting thing. We are moving into the old Shaker Inn, which is at 600 Cincinnati Avenue, and we are going to be able to provide double the assistance that we've provided over the years. Last year alone, we provided help to 660 individuals and 220 families, and that's from families all across Warren County. We're also here to provide support and assistance to your police and fire departments. Many times they will be out on a call, they'll find themselves with a family, an individual who has no place to go, and that person on the street can contact me anytime, day or night, and we will do what we can to provide a place for them to stay. So that person on the street, that police or fire person, does not have to spend valuable time trying to do that themselves. All they have to do is make that phone call, and we're happy to do that. In our new building, the motel rooms are rooms that have been put together by community folks. They're places of dignity. We work with homeless to find employment, school, daycare, all of those things, so that a family will never be homeless again. And that's indeed what we want, is our families to never be homeless again. So we give them the tools to do that. Today, I want to invite you to our gala. Our gala will be October the 1st at the Manor House. We're very excited to celebrate 25 years of service to the community, and for folks like Terry and other volunteers at Heritage Presbyterian, as I've said earlier, who have spent 25 years supporting this cause that makes a difference in the lives of families in Warren County. And as I've said, we've worked with all the school systems, Mason schools and others, to keep those children in a place where they can feel supported and safe. And that's what our new building is going to do. So with that, I thank you very, very much for the opportunity to share a little bit about our families. Should you have any questions, let me know. And I hope that we will see you at the gala on October the 1st at the Manor House.
All right, thank you very much.
Mayor, members of council, if you would like to sponsor this event through a table with council members' participation in it, a motion by council would be appropriate at this time.
I'll make that motion.
There was a second? Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, great, thank you so much. We will be there. Looking forward to it.
Mayor?
Yes.
Can I just say something real quick? I noticed that you have the capital campaign going on in your fundraising. Do you want to give the website if people want to donate money, where to do that?
Can you please come back to the podium? Thank you.
Thank you indeed for that opportunity. If anyone is willing to give to the campaign, they can contact us at familypromisewarren.org. Also, if they want to support the gala, they can get on the same website, donate a basket, something like that. But all those funds will indeed go to programs that will assist families in Warren County who are without a home. So thank you for the opportunity.
Is this your first gala, or?
Yes,
Okay.
it is our first
All right.
gala. So if
Good
you
luck.
have any help, we would love to have it. This is a big job.
Vice Mayor Nelson's really good at doing galas, so.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Anything else?
We wish you a lot of luck.
We appreciate
For
your
the community,
support.
it's very valuable. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, we're on to item 9. We have the Mason Mile update, and I think we might have someone here. Yes, we do, from the MAID CDC.
Hello and good evening, Mayor, members of council, and staff. My name is Casey Richards, and I live at 216 Short Street. I'm a board member of the Mason Deerfield Community Development Corporation and also an active volunteer within the Mason Mile Core team. I'm here this evening to share some exciting updates on the Mason Mile project. Last Wednesday, August 9th, the project welcomed over 100 members of our community to a public workshop hosted by RGDE, Common Ground, and BLDG brands. Attendees participated in an almost hour-long presentation about all of the findings from the project work since the beginning of us engaging the consulting team last year. The second half of the workshop gave attendees the opportunity to view 6 specific site development concepts, as well as placemaking concepts that aligned with those findings. The objective of the workshop was to introduce concepts that could be considered for future development opportunities, to get additional feedback, and to ensure that neighborhood opinions and perspectives coupled with market findings are at the heart of the recommended next steps. The consulting team is collating and integrating input from community stakeholders gathered through that workshop, and that input will be used to help refine and finalize the concepts for inclusion in the conceptual framework and strategic report. Some high-level financial testing will also be conducted to gain perspective on the viability of key project concepts. The consulting team is also collating and integrating input from the community workshop on placemaking approaches to help refine placemaking concepts, and the Project Advisory Council survey input on the brand alternatives is being analyzed and will be used to help refine and finalize the official brand concept. And that will be integrated with the placemaking concepts that will be in the final report out. Key input from the community workshop will be summarized and uploaded to our project website, and that is makethemile.com as soon as it is available to us from our consulting teams. We're excited for what's ahead, and we are anxious to take steps towards strategic recommendations being put into action. The consulting team will work with the Project Advisory Council and the MAID CDC board for final testing and review. For anyone that is looking for more information on the project background and for regular monthly updates, those are all posted at makethemile.com as well. We just wanted to thank each and every one of you from our council for the leadership and continued support in the progress of this initial phase. And we also just wanted to thank all of our community that has been involved thus far. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Casey. Okay, item 10, we're to recognition of visitors. Is there anyone now in the audience that wants to come up to the podium and address council? Okay, we'll go on to item 11, which is Resolution 2023-21. I need a motion to read by title only, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff?
Approving the solid waste management plan of the Warren County Solid Waste Management District.
Jennifer?
Yes, Mayor, members of council, this is just generally a housekeeping item. The state of Ohio requires local solid waste districts to have regularly updated solid waste plans to ensure the reduction of waste throughout the state. Warren County Solid Waste District has been working on updating their plan since 2021. In November, they submitted a draft plan to the Ohio EPA, who then made comments. The plan was revised and was open for a public hearing in July of this year. Now it is time for all public subdivisions within the Warren County Solid Waste District to approve that plan. Resolution 2023-21 approves a plan for the city of Mason and through council action. With that, the resolution is recommended for adoption.
All right, thank you, Jennifer. I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved. Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, a motion to adopt.
Moved.
Second.
Any council discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Councilmember Chance?
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn?
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Councilmember Grossman?
Yes.
Councilmember Stricula?
Yes.
Mayor Spaeth?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson?
Yes.
Okay, item 12, Resolution 2023-22. Motion to read by title only, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff?
Designating depositories for active and interim deposits and declaring an emergency.
Okay, Jennifer?
Yes, Mayor, members of council, again, another housekeeping item. According to Ohio Revised Code, the Uniform Depository Act, the city must request applications from eligible institutions for both our active and our interim deposits. The financial institutions must meet legal qualifications, show financial strength, as well as capacity to accept additional public funds and deposits. The maximum amount of public monies to be deposited with any one eligible financial institution is not to exceed $15 million. The city has no interim deposits. All of our interim deposits are invested according to Mason's investment policy. Interesting note, the city has used Fifth Third Bank for over 50 years for our active deposits. The Mason Municipal Court uses People's First Savings Bank. Resolution 2023-22 does allow Joe Riegelsberger, our finance director, to go out and seek financial institutions whether they're inside the city or outside the city for those deposits. We do give special treatment or preferential treatment to those located within the city of Mason. With that, Resolution 2023-22 is recommended for adoption. An emergency clause has been added in order for us to initiate these deposits immediately and nothing to lapse.
All right, thank you, Jennifer. I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved. Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any council discussion? Okay, roll call.
Councilmember Bradburn?
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Councilmember Grossman?
Yes.
Councilmember Stricula?
Yes.
Mayor Spaeth?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chance?
Yes.
Okay, item 13, ordinance 2023-62. This is a second reading. I need a motion to read by title only.
So moved. Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff?
Approving the continued operation of a designated outdoor refreshment area and establishing requirements to ensure public health and safety within such area.
Okay, Jennifer?
Yes, Mayor, members of council, as Jeff indicated, this is just to reestablish the city's DORA district that council authorized in August of 2018. According to Ohio Revised Code, every 5 years, the legislative authorities must go out and either approve or disapprove the door that is, or dissolve the door that's in place. We've had much success. The door was created to help the downtown Mason area drive additional traffic. It allows patrons that are visiting establishments out there to wander out on the street, enjoy some of the activities and programming such as Music in Mason that we have on the downtown plaza. It's been very successful, those events. Our door spans Dawson Street to 4th Avenue and operates from 6 p.m. to midnight, Monday through Thursday, and noon to midnight, Friday through Saturday. It's really been a nice feature to enhance our downtown. We've had no issues in regards to the DORA to date. With that, ordinance 2023-62 is recommended, so our DORA could continue in operation.
All right, thank you. I need a motion to adopt.
Moved.
Second.
Okay, any council discussion? Yes.
Just curious. Oh, sorry. An alert just went off. That was bad timing. Oh. Just curious, what have been the pros and cons, to your knowledge, with the DORA district? I was on the committee that studied it 5 years ago, believe it or not, and I haven't heard any negatives. It seems like everything's gone well, but I was just curious if you have any feedback on that, Jennifer.
No, actually, we have not received any negative comment. I know when the committee was talking about it, there were some concerns, maybe the residents in the area, noise, and people wandering throughout the neighborhoods and stuff, and we really haven't had any negative feedback from it. It's all been very, very positive. I know for the events and stuff we've hosted downtown, great comments and feedback from those that have attended those events about the ability to, visit establishments, wander around downtown, and enjoy all the festivities. So.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? I just can't believe it's been 5 years already. Okay, roll call, please.
Councilmember Hackey,
Yes.
Councilmember Grossman,
Yes.
Councilmember Stricula,
Yes.
Mayor Spaeth,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson,
Yes.
Councilmember Chance,
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Item 14, ordinance 2023-67. I need a motion to read by title only, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
When opposed? Okay, Jeff?
Approval of the dedication plat for US Route 42 and Mason Morrow Mill Grove Road, BC Bottle Lodge.
Okay, Kurt.
Yes, thank you, Mayor and members of council. This is a plat that will dedicate right-of-way on both US 42 and Mason Morrow Mill Grove Road. It's essentially right-of-way that we got as an easement as part of the roundabout project that's under construction out there. This will dedicate it as dedicated right-of-way and was reviewed at the August 1st Planning Commission meeting. And with that, ordinance 23-67 is recommended for adoption. I'll answer any questions you have.
All right, thank you. I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any council discussion? Okay, roll call.
Councilmember Grossman,
Yes.
Councilmember Stricula,
Yes.
Mayor Spaeth,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson,
Yes.
Councilmember Chance,
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn. Councilmember Hackey.
Yes.
Okay, item 15, ordinance 2023-68. I need a motion to read by title only, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff.
Authorizing the donation of certain easements as part of the Warren County Transportation Improvement District Shared Use Path Project and declaring an emergency.
All right, Kurt.
Yes, thank you. This is a project that actually started a couple of years ago. Deerfield Township submitted a grant application for a shared use path that will run along the south side of Irwin Simpson Road from Mason Montgomery Road over to Duke Boulevard. And it'll connect our bike path system on Mason Montgomery Road over to the existing bike path on Duke Boulevard that runs further along Irwin Simpson Road. This request tonight is for easements that are needed. The path will be on right against the south curb along Irwin Simpson Road. And so these easements are really pretty minor easements that run along the roadway. The right-of-way is really at the back of the curb in this location, so there's not any room. If there was a little bit of a normal right-of-way, we probably wouldn't even need easements for this project. So very minor easements. These are being obtained by the Warren County Transportation Improvement District in the name of Deerfield Township.
The good thing about that is actually Deerfield Township, even though this path is located in the city, they'll be the responsible agency for ongoing maintenance of the path because they got the grant and are having it built, and then those easements will be in their name. They expect to have the project bid later this year and construction occurring next construction season in 2024 with minimal impact on traffic. We think just a one-lane closure, that's a 4-lane roadway, so very little, if any, impact on traffic. And so with that, ordinance 23-68 is recommended for adoption, and that would authorize the city manager to execute the documents necessary for those easements. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kurt. I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
Any council discussion? Yes.
Kirk, can you explain the shared use of a pathway? Are we talking like a line along the roadway?
Well, generally a shared use path is a hiker-biker path, they used to be called, but generally they're not just called bike paths because they're also for walkers and runners to use. So shared use path just means a hiker-biker path. So it'll be a paved asphalt path right against the separate path.
Separate of the roadway?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right, exactly.
That's the question.
Yep.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, roll call, please.
Councilmember Stricula?
Yes.
Mayor Spath?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson?
Yes.
Councilmember Chance?
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn?
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Councilmember Grossman?
Yes.
Okay, item 16, ordinance 2023-69. I need a motion to read by title only, please.
So moved?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff?
An ordinance accepting the proposal for design of the Mason Montgomery Road and Tylersville Road intersection improvements from Palmer Engineering Company in an amount not to exceed $369,322 and authorizing the city manager to execute contract documents.
Okay, Kurt?
Yes, thank you. This is an intersection, Mason Montgomery and Tylersville, that we studied in 2021 to see what improvements might be needed to improve the capacity of that intersection. It's as you all know, the site of backups, especially with school in session. The recommended widening through that study was for northbound and southbound dual left turn lanes, and then potentially east and west right turn lanes. We used that study, the results of that study, to go after an OKI grant, which is an 80-20 split for construction and also right-of-way acquisition. The overall project cost, we estimate just over $2 million, including about $500,000 in right-of-way, and that just depends on the footprint of the final intersection design. This project, because of the funding source, followed all the ODOT regulations, so we had to get ODOT pre-qualified consulting firms. We got 9 letters of interest, and Palmer Engineering, when we reviewed all of those letters of interest, was the firm that was chosen to negotiate with. Their base fee proposal, which includes a roadway, a new signal at that intersection, lighting, which if you notice that intersection when you go through in the evening, is one of the few intersections that doesn't have what we call a combination pole or a light over the intersection that's a part of the signal pole. And so this would replace those signal poles, add lighting there, includes the geotechnical environmental clearances that we have to do for the ODOT projects. What it also includes is some if authorized, what we call if authorized tasks. That's things like if we need a retaining wall, depending on if those right turn lanes on Tylersville are needed or not, they will study that and do a cost-benefit analysis based on some of the impacts to the property outside of the intersection to see if those right turn lanes are worthwhile. And then also that bigger footprint causes more ecological survey and then potentially more right-of-way acquisition. So we think if those right turn lanes aren't needed, we'll have pretty minor right-of-way impacts for the whole project, and a lot of that, if authorized, work will not be required. However, including it in the contract today locks in today's pricing for that work, even though it could be a couple years until that work occurs. Palmer Engineering has done the 741 widening, really from Coxsmith all the way up to Weldon Drive, that we broke up into two pieces, two phases of 741, and that work has gone very smoothly. We expect this design work to be finished by end of 2025, so it'll take a couple of years, and then right-of-way acquisition potentially begin next year once we have a preliminary plan, and then we anticipate construction potentially in 2026. So with that, ordinance 2023-69 is recommended for adoption. I'll answer any questions that you have.
Okay, thank you, Kurt. I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any council discussion?
Mayor?
Yes.
If I, real quick, 6 months ago, there was someone in here addressing us about just lights there. Yeah, that's going to take care of the lights, but
Yes.
2026?
Yes.
Is that what that looks like? Okay. Are we going to plan on reaching out, I think he left his name and number, just reach out and let him be privy of what we're going to be doing, so
Yeah.
appease that a little
We
bit.
can do that. Yep.
My question to Kurt. Kurt, I see the potential cost, $2 million. That's probably what we did Tylersville the first time, isn't it?
I think it was a little more than that, but yeah, probably that's a significant part of it for sure, yeah.
I have nothing else.
That's funny.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, Kurt, I just want to say, if there's anything I can do to influence the right-hand turn onto Tellersville, I want to do that because I'm there almost daily, and I sit there and wait forever to turn. And I'm like, why are we sitting here? It's green. I'm always amazed by that. So, and I try not to cut through the church because that's,
Thank you.
So if I can influence somebody. Okay, roll call, please.
Mayor Spaeth,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson,
Yes.
Councilmember Chance,
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn,
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey,
Yes.
Councilmember Grossman,
Yes.
Councilmember Stricula.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Item 17, ordinance 2023-70. I need a motion to read by title only.
So moved.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff.
Authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with Cargill, Inc. for the purchase of approximately 5,500 tons of highway rock salt at $89.85 per ton.
All right, Jennifer.
Yes, Mayor, members of council, I'm actually really disappointed because typically when we talk about these two pieces of ordinance, it's like 90, 95 degrees outside, hot, sunny, and everybody wants to hear about snow and ice. Unfortunately, it's a little rainy today, but in regard to that, Mason purchased approximately 5,500 tons of salt on an annual basis, and we generally start doing that immediately upon the completion of a season as we fill that salt barn as quickly as possible, so we're ready for the next season. We average 12 to 14 snow events per year. Salt is our single largest expense for snow and ice control, and we do a number of different things to try to reduce that. What our public works staff has learned is that, or actually our incident command team for snow and ice removal operations have learned is that if they do a mixture of brine and salt and pre-treat the roadways, we can save significant costs on that rock salt. We purchase rock salt through two cooperative purchasing programs. One's called Swap for G, and the other one's run out of the Warren County Engineers Office. Let me give you some price comparisons. Price for salt for the 2021 season was $57.22 a ton, and under the other program, it was $72.29 a ton. Last year, it jumped to $89.05 under one program and $91.22 under the second program. This year, under the Warren County Engineers Program, Cargill gave us a price of $89.85, and under the Swap for G program, for some reason, they were significantly higher and with a price of $99.35. Staff is sensitive to relying on only one single provider for the city's salt. We've run into situations where we've had a very busy snow season and our salt stockpiles get low, and some of the vendors had difficulties providing that salt to us. So we've learned our lesson, and so now annually we've moved to asking council's approval for 2 pieces of legislation. One is for the provider that has the lowest price under one of those 2 programs, and as indicated previously, that is Cargill Inc., under the Warren County Engineers Program for $89.85. And then a second piece of legislation that authorizes us to basically go out and shop the market and keep as many vendors available or in contact with us in case there is a shortage of salt and we need to be reaching out to others. So with that, we're asking for ordinance 2023-70 and ordinance 2023-71. We are recommending both of those for adoption. I'll answer any questions.
All right, thank you. I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? A motion to adopt?
So moved.
Okay, any council discussion? Okay, roll call.
Vice Mayor Nelson,
Yes.
Councilmember Chance,
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn,
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey,
Yes.
Councilmember Grossman,
Yes.
Councilmember Stricula,
Yes.
Mayor Spath.
Yes. Okay, item 18, ordinance 2023-71. I need a motion to read by title only.
So moved. Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, Jeff?
Authorizing the city manager to enter into alternate contracts for the purchase of highway rock salt in an aggregate amount not to exceed $250,000.
Okay, and Jennifer has discussed this one, and eloquently, too. Motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any council discussion? Okay, roll call.
Councilmember Chance,
Yes.
Councilmember Bradburn,
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey,
Yes.
Councilmember Grossman,
Yes.
Councilmember Stricula,
Yes.
Mayor Spath,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson.
Yes.
Okay, item 19, ordinance 2023-72. I need a motion to read by title only.
So
So
moved.
moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Jeff?
Authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with Millwright Industrial Services, LLC, in an amount not to exceed $69,500 for biosolids scales at the water reclamation plant.
All right, Kurt.
Yes, thank you, Mayor and members of council. Elimination or removal of biosolids is a crucial part of our water treatment process at the water reclamation plant. And we're fortunate to have a dryer at the plant that allows us to have Class A biosolids. And those can be land applied, and we work with local farmers to get rid of that material, whereas at our old plant, I don't know if you remember that, but we used to have to pay a significant amount of money to haul the Class B solids out. So the way that we do it now is there are scales that are on the ground that weigh 1 axle at a time on the trucks when they come in, and then we load them and then weigh them again when they leave. They're 17 years old, showing their age, being in the ground, and need to be replaced. The system that is being proposed is actually put a weight system of gauges, strain gauges on the silo structure that holds up the silo where the material is stored. It'll keep a constant weight, so as the trucks are filled, you'll be able to easily see how much is loaded into each truck. So this is an effort to save some costs. We are purchasing the scales straight from the manufacturer, and then this contract for $33,000. This contract is for installation of that, which will include some rigging and some welding that'll be needed for that structure. We did have $122,000 in the budget this year for that project, and we expect, assuming that this is passed, that this would take place late September when we shut down the dryer annually for maintenance. So with that, ordinance 23-72 is recommended for adoption. I'll answer any questions that you have.
All right, thanks, Kurt. Motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Anyone opposed? A motion to adopt?
So moved.
Okay, any council discussion? Okay, roll call.
Councilmember Bradburn,
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey,
Yes.
Councilmember Grossman,
Yes.
Councilmember Stricula,
Yes.
Mayor Spath,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nelson,
Yes.
Councilmember Chance.
Yes.
All right, item 20, committee reports. Does anybody have a committee report? Is that a yes? Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, I am just a quick update on Park Board. We met this past week. And just a reminder, as Jennifer explained to us in the city manager's report, in August this month, we're all celebrating lifelong wellness in the city of Mason. Good news at the community center, our camps have been successful this season and they're winding down as school is about to start. I suppose that's bad news. Sorry, kids. But on the bright side, Mason Youth Basketball registration is opening up, and one of our park board members wanted to note that high school basketball players, rec basketball players, need to sign up as teams, not as individuals. You will not be placed on a team. But it's a very popular program, and one of my kids played faithfully. Actually, several of my kids did, but for one, it was the most fun program that he ever did in Mason his whole childhood. So I want to advertise for that a little bit. Tennis, as you know, is in full swing. Thank you very much. Incident command is also in effect, and I learned something very interesting at the park board meeting that I think all of you listening and watching will be interested in. Did you know that some of the workout equipment from the community center goes to the tournament site and the athletes use it? So after the tournament, make sure you make it to the community center to work out, because you could be using equipment that a great world-class athlete used at the tennis tournament. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Swim clinics have been in effect at the aquatic center that were run by a matter of 50 meters. They continue in their mission. And the park board looked as a group at Parks Master Plan, and we are continuing to just kind of explore that and give staff feedback on whether or not we should make a new one. And lastly, the park board expressed a lot of support and enthusiasm for tennis and really want to see it stay here forever. And that's all I have for you.
All right, thank you, Councilmember Grossman. Anyone else?
Mayor?
Okay, yes. So, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The Arts Committee met, and we discussed the success of Red Rhythm and Boom, as well as the Heritage Festival coming up and making some plans for next year Heritage Festival as well. But I just wanted to let you know about a couple of different events that are going on within our community. The Southwest Philharmonic will be performing on September 29th at 6 o'clock in Corwin-Nixon Park. That's going to be a great event. The Mason Symphony Orchestra is going to be having their holiday performance on December 3rd at 4 o'clock. And a new concept, which one of our residents came to us with excitement to present, and we loved it as well. It's going to be called Picture Mason, and it's an art hop in downtown Mason, where you can pick up a canvas free of charge and paint your favorite spot here in Mason. And then the canvases will be placed throughout the businesses within our community. And on October 1st, from 3 to 7, you can walk around downtown, go to the different businesses, and look for your canvas, as well as look at other people's art. So that's a new concept brought to us by a resident, and we love when residents get engaged. So if you have any ideas about arts within our community, please let us know.
Again, with the art, how do they find out about that, or to do it?
So yeah, this is fairly new. This concept just came about. So it will be on our Mason website, our imaginemason.org website.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Councilmember Nelson. I'm sorry, Vice Mayor Nelson. Sorry. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, just real brief. Thanks, Casey, MAID CDC, giving the update on that. I was hoping to make August 9th community night at the MI campus, but I was unable to. I had a good friend of mine's father passed away, so I was at his funeral. But obviously it sounded like a very good turnout there. As Councilmember Nelson, Vice Mayor Nelson, I did it too, sorry. Talking about the art walk, that was kind of, we talked about it in the downtown committee as well, and I think that, and then we went to our arts and culture meeting. I think that's going to be a slamming success. They're looking to get 500 canvases out. So it's a lot. I think it's pretty ambitious, but the folks that are putting this together, I think, can pull it off. And I'm going to go public with this for the first time. You know, we've talked about there's a train back and forth, or there's a train track, obviously, that runs back and forth from Lebanon and Mason. And it's been utilized in the past. And we're just talking and exploring what could we also do to start programming that with our neighbors in Lebanon, to look at is how can we, you know, Mason folks go to Lebanon for an evening and vice versa. Looking at, there's all kind of different things that we could utilize that for, but I just think, you know, locating and finding places, there's a place right there off 2nd Street to where there used to be an old train stop there. And to be able to like recreate something like that, I think would just be, you know, bringing in the heritage of Mason. I think that would be extremely cool. So I know Councilmember Hackey has been, you know, talking to Lebanon and some other folks as well. And I just think, you know, we've talked about it a lot. I think we would, and staff is, I know, looking into it. You know, I just think that would be a really cool thing to explore and figure out. So, but again, you know, Casey did a great job of summing up everything that's going on with our downtown initiative. And our next meeting is August 24th, and I'd highly recommend anyone come out that has any great ideas or wants to learn more about what's going on downtown. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councilmember Chance. Anyone else? Nope. Okay. Let's go on to item 21, which is old and new business. Does anybody have any old and new business?
Mayor?
Yes.
As you know, we did give some money to the CDC. I was wondering if we could get an accounting of how that money's been spent so far from the city manager, so he can go ahead and pass it out to all of council and funds that remain.
Okay, Jennifer, we'll make sure we do that. Okay. Anyone else? Yes.
Actually, I'm glad you said that. I was wanting to know if council members that couldn't attend the presentation part, I got to the event, but I missed the presentation part. I wasn't able to be there for that. Is there a way for us to see that or get a written copy of their findings thus far? I'd love to see that. By the time I arrived, they were in breakout sessions, so I did get to observe that and hear some of the feedback from the breakout groups, which was interesting. So there's that, and then I have a couple of things. A request of the safety committee. So that's not a committee that I serve on, but I was hoping that they could look into this. And I think you can do some collaboration with Deerfield Township and get some information there, maybe to make your job easier, and then report back to us. Deerfield Township is pursuing installing safe haven baby boxes in their 4 fire departments, and I have that interest as well. The legislation at the state level, I think, has changed, or policy has changed, and so it's more possible for us now. I don't have all of the details on it, but I know Trustee Heading had been working on that and reported on that in her website. And the website for the Safe Haven baby boxes is shbb.com, I believe, and you can get the information that you need there and then merge that with what needs to be done in the state of Ohio and how we pay for it and things like that. And if you guys could look into that and get back to us, I'd love to be involved in legislation for that before my time ends on council. So we just have a couple months left for that. And the other thing for safety committee, and this is something I've discussed briefly with Eric, I have attended a couple of events that were informative on artificial intelligence and how there's really no public policy in place. And so it's kind of like the wild, wild west out in the internet. And municipalities are really vulnerable to artificial intelligence attacks. And not just our internet safety and our privacy safety that, as you know, municipalities have sensitive records on all of their residents and businesses, but also our physical safety. So one of the takeaways from the event I attended last week that was sponsored by the Gehring Center is that organizations really need to dive into this and set policy for their employees, because accidents can happen and well-meaning employees can do things by mistake, not realizing that they're vulnerable to some type of cyber attack. So I've definitely put that on Mr. Hansen's radar, and I know that it's the city manager's job to set policy, but I just want to start that discussion with them so that the city council can be overseeing that and just making sure that it's moving forward with all the other things that our city manager and assistant city manager are responsible for. There are just a million things, but there are consultants you can hire. There's a local company that's been consulting municipalities in Florida. It's called Cyber Castle. That's one of them, but there were 4 presenters that the Gehring Center brought forward at the Manor House last week, and it was very interesting. So thank you for that. I wish I could do the work, but I'm not on the safety committee. So, but it's always fun to volunteer other people, isn't it? Yes. Thank you, friends. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And Jennifer, can we get a safety committee meeting together? And also, I believe at that meeting the other night, there was a camera, right? At the CDC meeting. Weren't they filming that? Was that a camera that was right in the middle, or were they just projecting it?
I think they were just projecting, but they could have been. We can check with.
I was going to say, can you all follow up with that? I don't know who you check with.
Yeah, I know there's been a lot of public
Maybe it
requests
was
for information from
projected,
people in the community that couldn't attend. So I had referred them over to the CDC, but for us, I guess we'll see what we can find out for.
Okay,
for
that'd be
account.
great. Okay, anybody else have anything?
Mayor, real quick.
Yes.
To Councilmember Grossman, in regards to all the AI and the cyber, and there's a local company called Vigilant, and I've had the opportunity to, because that stuff is completely foreign to me, and it kind of creeps me out a little bit. And we have Vigilant here, right? And I was able to go sit down to try to understand what they do. And it's pretty amazing. It's almost like futuristic stuff. So, working or not working, but seeing and understanding and what Vigilant does for the city and the security, it's sad, but it's certainly necessary. So Vigilant has been, I don't know how long we've been with them, but yeah. Because it's been a while, it was a couple of years ago or maybe even prior to COVID that I was able to, but yeah, thanks for bringing that up. And if we could ever even have those guys come in and speak on their behalf of what they do for the city in regards to how they protect us, AI, and maybe some of the things they could roll out for the employees, that would be really good.
Mayor?
Okay, thank you. Yes.
Sorry to have you going back and forth, but it is getting you in shape for tennis this week. To your point, Councilmember Chance, I'm so glad I can respond to that through the mayor, because one of the things I learned is that companies and organizations depend on their IT department to deal with the artificial intelligence, and they're not setting policy yet for their employees and how the employees should act. So they're stressing that it's just so critical that gets done. And then about the baby boxes, I forgot to mention that there was an article just a few days ago about Carmel, Indiana, which is a city that I know some of the members here really respect and observe. I have family in the area, so I'm over there a lot. And in just 16 months of having a safe haven box, they've had 4 babies turned in, which is remarkable because Carmel is very socioeconomically like Mason. It's a larger city, but I think they have maybe a population of 100,000 or closer to that. But it is very, very similar in how they do things and their demographics. So I thought that was fascinating. So I'm hoping we can move forward on that. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anybody else? Okay, I just want to again mention thank you to everyone who came out to the groundbreaking for the adaptive fields. And again, the goal is we hope to have those finished by spring of 2024. Trying to think what year it is. So that'll be really exciting for the Challenger League. And also, again, just thank you to our staff for the last Music in Mason. That was on July 28th. That was what we were calling the Freedom Festival. And we were recognizing the rededication of our Veterans Memorial, which is November 11th. So I hope everybody has that on their calendar. So I think that's all I have, except I just want to say, Eric, if you're out there watching, shame on you. You're supposed to be on vacation. So, and with that, I'm just going to ask for a motion to adjourn. Oh, I'm sorry. We have one more. Oh, was there somebody? Oh, okay. No, but I am forgetting. We have one more recognition of visitors. Does anybody would like to get up and speak to the council, please.
Hi, Joy Bennett, 1054 Willow Lane. I just had a question about the lighting improvement at the Mason, Montgomery, and Taylorsville intersection. Is there a reason why we can't do anything now? Why do we have to wait 3 years?
Yeah, it would just be the cost of replacing all the signal poles.
Can you add lighting?
There's lighting nearby. Our decorative lights are at the intersection. They just don't put off as much light as an arm over the intersection would put out. And so there is some lighting at the intersection, but not as much as we have at other intersections. That was one of our first mast arms in the city. I think Snyder and Taylorsville was the first, but it was very close second. So
I guess I would just ask that you could consider prioritizing that. I've had one of my kids hit by a car at that intersection when she was riding her bike, and it was at night. So we have personal experience with that lack of lighting and visibility. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else would like to come to the podium? Okay, now I guess I will go to item 20.
Mayor, if I may,
Yes,
I think
yes.
we need to look at the clock. We need to see who's not here. We know where the problem is.
I hope you're not watching, Eric. Okay. Okay, can I get a motion to adjourn, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Is there a second? Okay, all in
Second.
favor?
Yes.
Okay, anyone opposed? No. Thank you.